Let's just pray to Krishna first so we can understand the Gita the way he described it. Because there are many meanings and interpretation of the Gita, but we should understand the way he wanted to tell us. Today's shloka is Shlok 41 of chapter 2. So it is like, O joy of the Kurus, in this blessed part, the intellect is determinate and concentrated. Where is the intellect of undecided is always shattered in many directions and is endlessly diversified. So understand the every sentence. It will be good if you guys can have a pen or paper for these shlokas at least to understand what the Krishna is saying. So joy of Kurus means the one who brings joy to the Kuru Vansh. So Kuru was the Vansh, it was the lineage of the Arjun, right? They all were called Kurus. So you are the one who bring joy to the lineage, joy to the family. So Krishna is like, what is the tone of Krishna here? It's like a buttering tone, right? When you want to convince someone, you talk like that, buttering tone. And then he's telling to Arjun now, understand the every single word, write it down. So blessed are those, right? Who are the blessed? Whose intellect? What is intellect here? The Jnanamaya Kosha, right? Intellect, whose intellect is determinated and concentrated. So, if we come from Hatha Yoga also, if we come from the any direction, we need concentration. Why do we meditate? Why do we do pranayam before meditation? Because we need concentration. So he's saying that first you need to have a determination and then concentration. First, you need to choose what you want, and then you have to concentrate on that only thing. So, what does it mean? Like when you want to make someone understand something, we cannot just go and charge on them, right? We cannot go and yell at them. We have to go very politely, then we have to talk to them, then we have to tell about the profit and gain first, that okay, if you listen to me for 1 hour, this profit, this will be happening to you in the life, right? And then we deliver our thing. If you go and directly start talking, nobody will listen to you, right? Why do you guys come for this class? Because some meditation calms you down, some knowledge thing happen, right? We do something which is which have some profit and you gain something. So same way the Krishna is like buttering him. And the end of bhakti yoga, karma yoga and jnana yoga, the end result is what? God realization, right? Why do we work on these? Because we want to have a somebody wants to see the God, somebody wants liberation, somebody wants something. The end result is that. So the intellect which is single pointed, doesn't go in different direction, that intellect slowly attain to nishkamta. Nishkamta is what here? Where we are doing the karma, but we are not looking for any fruit of the karma. Right? Directly or indirectly, we always look for the fruit. Directly, we are doing something, we want something. If we pretend that we don't want something here, but then many people have a goal that, okay, I'm doing good, I don't want anything, but some punya will come to my family or I will go to heaven. Right? So there are present benefits and then there are something in the mind, okay, this will happen. But in both the situation, whatever karma you are doing, it's kind of a transaction, right? You are doing something and you want something in the return. So now the question comes here, why a person need an intellect which is very determined, right? Why are here we not talking about mind or body or anything? Why Krishna is saying about intellect, buddhi here? Intellect means buddhi. Why Krishna is not talking about mind and body? He's just talking about the buddhi, that the buddhi, the intellect should be determined. Because till the intellect is not single pointed, determined at one thing, we cannot do any kind of renunciation. It doesn't happen. There won't be any renunciation, and it will be very hard for us to come out of the worldly desire. Why do we need dispassion? Why do we need to learn the process of renunciation? Because there are so many desires inside us, right? We can say that, for example, we can say that, okay, I just love sweets. We can say that I just love sweets. But how many form the sweets come? It can come in a form of a cake. It can come in a form of a cookie. It can come in a form of Indian sweets, right? Then it can come in a form of pastries. So hundreds of objects will be made of that sweet. So we initially think that I only have this small desire. We don't see the hidden patterns behind it. Right? So if the mind is not single pointed, determine on one object, what will happen? The mind will go for only sweet, and from that sweet point it will travel into 100 different directions, right? So if you have desire, there is nothing bad in having desire. We'll discuss about that also. But there is a problem with the attachment to the desire, right? Having wealth is not problem. Having desire is not problem. But when we have too much attachment to it, passion towards it, then our path becomes very tough. So you need to become single pointed. And here the Krishna is slowly telling us in this entire Gita that how to become that uh, pointed concentration, how to get that where the other desires or other passions doesn't take away everything whatever we have. So in Bhakti Yoga, Gyan Yoga, and Karma Yoga. During Karma Yoga, the karma is what? The action one, and the bhakti is the devotion one. For a bhakta, the people who say that I go regular to the temple and I am going towards the bhakti yoga, for those people, and the people who say that I am a karmat, I do my karma, I believe on the work ethics, for those kind of people, you have to have a single pointed determination in your life. Right? We are distributing people in different categories. The people who are into bhakti yoga and karma yoga, they need to be concentrated on one point. Otherwise, they cannot progress in their spiritual path at all. But the people who are the Gyan yogis, right? The people who are the Gyan yogis, who read a lot, who have a lot of knowledge, those people first become intellect. First they realize the self, after that they start participating in the world. That's why when we talk about all the yoga, the bhakti marg is the easiest marg. We say that, okay, you can do the devotion, you can sing, you can dance, you can chant, you can do puja, and it will be very easy to grow in this spiritual path. But the best path is the Gyan Yoga. Because when you know what to do, when you know what to do, how to control yourself, when your mind is totally in your control, you operate at the intellect level. Remember when we were doing the fourth layer we studied about the para and apara vidya, the pure intellect and impure intellect. We were reading about that. So the person who knows the paravidya, paravidya is like the Brahma Vidya. The person who knows about the paravidya, the pure intellect, that person will never do any kind of mistake in the life. It's very hard for that person to do any mistake. How will he do? Right? So if you are at a Gyan Yogi level, then you have to step down, you have to realize the self, then step down and interact in this entire world. For example, we can have the example of Ramana Maharishi. First, he realized the self, and after that, he started teaching and going into the world, right? But there are many gurus, many saints are like that in the bhakti movement who all went through the bhakti, but their concentration was only their God, right? So, Janak was a Gyan Yogi, Raja Janak, the dad of Sita, and being a Gyan Yogi, and he was such a big king. So, it's like when you are at that level, when you are a Gyan Yogi, then you can operate in this world very nicely. But for Karma Yogi and for Bhakti Yogi, these two path people has to walk on the, they say that the walking on the sword, like that you have to walk. Little bit you move like this, you will be cut. Okay, so these are the three different paths and how these three paths work. Many more details are there, right? We are going shloka to shloka, so whatever the shloka says, that much only I'm going to talk. Then again we'll wait for the next shloka, and what comes in the next shloka, then we'll talk about that. So the Krishna has used a very beautiful word here. The word is that the mind, the mind which is desire ridden. We say na bedridden. That somebody is sick, that person is bedridden. So the mind which is too much into desire ridden, the mind which have like too many desire, endless desire, clings to pleasure and prosperity. Always what does it want? Like pleasure, like luxury, vacations, having good things, and prosperity. And these kind of desire of pleasure and prosperity grows endlessly. It's not that we will go only one time Hawaii and then we'll be satisfied for our entire life. No, we go one time, then we go to this island, then we go to other island, then we repeat. So it becomes what? It becomes endlessly. Like somebody have a desire to have money, right? There is no problem in having money or earning money. No, there is no problem. But that person, if somebody is too much passionate about money, what will that person do? It will work, run a business, do some services here and there and collect money. He will not leave a single chance of collecting money. So, how much the intellect is getting diversified? The money was just an example. When you are so much diversified, how can you concentrate on anything? When you cannot concentrate, how will you have God realization? That's why all the saints always say that cut down on the things around, have a simpler life. So you can sit for hours and concentrate on one thing in the life. So many branches, what does it make us? It makes us like desire ridden, a person which is sick. So Krishna is saying like these kind of person are like uh, kind of a sick person. So the aim of the real aim of the Gita is the God realization, to understand what the God is, right? In that path, whatever comes, the Krishna has talked about everything. Remember when we do healings and all, also that time also we talk about true intentions. That how many desire can you have? You can have one or two or three desire and work on that. So everything can work properly. But if you have hundreds of intention, hundreds of desire in front of you, then nothing will happen, nothing will work. So, for one more example, I can give here, like if somebody is thirsty and just asking for water, that, oh, I just want water, which is basic need for me. But if that person goes in today's market, what will happen? There will be so many juices, so many smoothies, sodas, alcohol, different kind of carbonated water, like so many things will be around. The person wanted only what? The water, the basic things to survive. And what has happened? If you go and stand, you will be totally confused. In that confused state, will the intellect work? Single pointed, right? So Krishna is here in the shloka 41 trying to make Arjun understand that you have to have become single pointed. You have to have become very intellect. You have to become determined. Then only you can walk towards the God realization. Right? So he's not even talking about mind at all. For the mind, he said that it's kind of sickness of mind, having too many desires. So this was shloka 41. I can take question answers in this one.
So what I observe is there is a
Mm-hmm.
interesting dichotomy here, right? At
Mm-hmm.
one point we have too many desires,
Yeah.
but at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I truly want.
Yes, you don't know what you truly want.
How is that possible, and what to do when you don't know what you want?
Yeah, because we are not operating at that time at the level of intellect.
So how to operate at that level?
Yeah, for operating at that level, you need to have a controlled mind.
So again, how do I get controlled mind?
Yeah, you need to understand like where the mind is taking you and what the mind is doing. You need to have that kind of intellect. Yeah, you can have a controlled mind. When you really work with the intellect level, uh, then you can have control on your mind. You will know that what mind is demanding, is it right or is it wrong? Then somebody had a question. Let me see what was. Okay, Rashmi. Is seva a desire? Is desire for seva categorized as desire? I am not sure. Yeah, seva is a desire. When it comes from your mind, when it comes from a center where you want to help other, it's a desire. But when it flows inside you, when you're walking and suddenly you see a small puppy around, or you just went and pet and you gave some, whatever food you have, you gave it to them. Or if you see somebody hungry without any plan, whatever you have, you just gave it to that person, then it flows. But when you have an intention that, okay, today I am 10 to 12, I am going to go and do a service here, at that time it comes into karma and a desire. Very beautifully, I have talked about desire service. Many people have this, oh, I want to do volunteer and I want to do a lot of service. And someday, like talking like that, it came out of my mouth that why are you manifesting problem in this world? Why do you want to help anyone? Right? In our dharma, in Hindu dharma, it is so beautiful, right? That mantra, I don't remember fully, the sarve bhavantu sukhina sarve santu niramya, we should pray for that, so everybody should be happy and satisfied and disease free, and everything should be good for everyone, instead of because of me wanting to help somebody, I am creating problem in other people's life. Why should I do that? For my parents, I have zero desire to go and do their seva. Literally, I have zero desire. I want them to be very healthy, financially fit, mentally fit, physically fit. Why do they will ever look for my help? So that manifestation I do from my side, that no, I don't want to help you guys. You guys should remain till the last breath, like totally fit. Have that concept before helping anyone. Just have that insight that God, everyone should have everything. There should be not a single day where I should go and help others. Have mercy on everyone, right? It should be not that I want to help you and I am manifesting and problems for you. No, it should be not like that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What if there are any dues that you need to, you know, mm, dues, right, towards others?
What?
Like what kind of dues?
Past dues, we don't know, right? We don't know
Okay, then
from the past. Then how do you nullify that?
you do
That
your karma.
service
Like
could
you
also
mean to
be.
say karma?
Mhm.
No, in that thing also, you cannot plan and help someone, right? If somebody needs, if you have to give your life to help that person, just give your life and help. But don't
Mm,
plan for volunteering and service and then help,
mm,
right?
okay.
Have that open eye around that if somebody needs, just help, jump in and help. Don't even
Okay.
think for a single second, but
Mm,
don't plan about any service or any help to anyone.
okay. Mhm.
Right? Then you are manifesting it. You're, you know,
Okay.
manifesting
Mhm.
problems in others' life. It's a karma, it's a bad karma.
How is it bad karma? I'm not able to understand. So
I
you are
want
giving
to
your
know.
time or anyway, right? Whether it's a charity or your time or your knowledge, when you're
Mhm,
going and doing the service, right? Whether
mhm,
it's volunteering or whatever you call it, you are
mhm.
helping out. How does it create
Like,
karma?
Because
okay,
you
tell me, you have a desire inside to help, no?
Mm-hmm.
That
Okay.
desire is creating.
Oh,
What I am telling, try to understand, Sunita.
mm,
I am saying that if somebody needs help,
mm-hmm.
just jump in and help that person.
Okay.
Don't ever plan and think that to remove
Mm.
my karma or for having some punya or some blessings, I need to go and help anyone. I will
Right.
go and feed people. By that, by this thought, you are
Mm-hmm. Got
creating
it.
hunger
Okay.
and sickness around in the world. Don't do that.
Understood. So it's the intention behind the
Yes,
intention behind doing. Right.
yes.
Got it.
Intention.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
yeah.
Yeah.
help. Do
Right.
anything, whatever is
Yeah,
needed.
if
Yeah.
there's an
Yeah. Yeah.
elderly
It's
person, for instance, walking
Yeah, yeah,
across the street and
yeah.
she's struggling, you jump in and you
Jump
help.
in and
mm,
help. Right? Don't
mm-hmm.
plan. Don't plan.
Wrong plan. Okay.
Don't plan. Don't plan hunger in this world.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Right? Yeah, your intentions, like all of us intentions, can create problem for other people. So
Okay.
just let it flow, let it flow.
Okay.
The tree, we take so many fruits. The tree never plan anything,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Just grows and people eat. The
Yeah,
water
that's true.
just
Yeah.
flow, right? The water
Mm-hmm.
just flow.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a plan to help anyone.
Okay. Got
Just
it.
flow. You will be helping so many people around. Okay, so now we will be having three shlokas together. Okay, so it's a combination of three shloka. Krishna has said it together, shloka 42, 43, and 44. So three of, uh, let me read the meaning first. So now the Krishna is saying, so like he's again saying to the Arjun, I will be talking very slow so you can write it down. Okay, Arjun, those who are obsessed by desire, they look upon heaven as the supreme goal and argue that there is nothing beyond heaven and pleasure. There are many people, right? They will be always thinking about that if I'm doing good, I'll go to heaven and I will have so many pleasure. And who are devoted to the letters, like whatever is written in the Vedas. And unwise, they make this kind of, and like he's saying here, Krishna is saying, the people who have a desire of heaven and pleasure, the people who just read the Vedas, the scriptures, they read, they are kind of very unwise men. Why he's saying them to unwise? Because they have flowery speech. When they talk very flowery, means very fragrancefull, very soft. And when they talk like that, they recommend many act of various kind of attainment of pleasure and prosperity. And then they promote rebirth as their fruit. Okay, so I will break everything and then we'll understand. So those who are obsessed with desire, okay, people are there obsessed with so many thousands of desire. Most of the thing in the religious part, what they think, I am doing good, I will go to heaven. So the goal is not God here, the goal is heaven. So you are shifted from your path. Then when you, why do you want to go to heaven? Because there will be too much pleasure will be there. Your life will be so good, it will be so beautiful, so much food will be there, all kind of luxury will be there. Then those kind of people, they just read the Vedas, the scriptures they read, and after reading those, they are unwise, like they don't have intellect. Then they have flowery speech recommending. They speak like flowery speech means like they will, when they will be sitting, they will be chanting mantras and talking very nicely and telling that do many kind of rituals, do many kind of things. Why? To get more pleasure and prosperity in this birth, and then when you will have your rebirth, then also at your rebirth also you will be like reaping all the good things you did in this birth. So Krishna is saying no to all these things. He will I'll be describing it later. Then there is more meaning because three shlokas are there. O Arjun, okay, the Vedas. Now Krishna is talking about Vedas here. The Vedas deals with the three guna. So three gunas are there. What are these three gunas? Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. We know that. Everyone knows that. Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. So what Krishna is saying, the beautiful thing here, the Vedas deal with the three gunas and their effect. The people who think that, oh, I'm very sattvic and I don't eat anything, and I have very sattvic people. And, we always talk about that, what food is good, what is not good, and all that. What the Krishna is saying in Shloka 44 here, the three gunas and their effect, be free from those attribute, rise above the polarity of opposites. So he's saying be free from all three gunas and their attributes, whatever the effect they have, be free from there. You don't have to operate at Satogun, Rajogun, or Tamogun. Why do we call the god Gunatita? In every mantra, we have Gunatita there, right? Gunatita means what? The god, the supreme, is beyond all the gunas. With the three gunas, we cannot catch the supreme. The supreme is something else. Who are not concerned about preserving or accumulating things, those people can get easily established in the self. So the first is in this shloka was that you have to go beyond the three gunas. So I to someone I was telling about the three gunas. I was trying to explain them because most of you know that I am a Bihari and I ate non-veg entire life. So whenever somebody comes to me and they talk about the sattvic food, I'm like, I just look at them and I think, okay, now I'm vegetarian, but entire life I was eating non-veg. If God had a problem with that, He would have never given me any knowledge. So I'm the example of that. But how we can understand these three gunas, that these three gunas are in the nature, Prakriti. Okay? The God is not the Prakriti. The God is beyond that. The Brahman, the God, the Supreme is beyond that. These three guna operates in this nature. It's not that they don't help us. So if you are having a Satoguna life, maybe you are sitting in an aeroplane and going very fast. Okay, if you are having a Rajoguna life where you are eating good food and you want so many things in your life, Rajoguna life, at that time maybe you are in a car, luxury car, and you are going. In the Tamoguna, it can happen then that you are biking in a bike. So the speed of Satoguna will be very high. They can go very fast. But all three of them are operating on the same nature. Right? All three of them are operating at the same nature. The plane also take off from the land and comes back to the land, and the cycle and the car, they both are in the land only. So only that much difference it makes. If you have a sattvic food, you go a sattvic lifestyle, your path is clear, you go little faster. But Krishna is saying that whatever are the concept, we have to go beyond three of them. So it doesn't matter whatever you eat, you don't eat anything, you be hungry or you eat food, whatever you do, you will be not able to get self-realization. And a beautiful example of the Buddha is there. Right? When Buddha was doing the penance, he used to be hungry all the time. And before getting nirvana, before attaining the enlightenment, what happened? He had that kheer from that lady. I don't know what was her name. She got some kheer and he ate that kheer and he understood that I cannot be hungry all the time. If I'm hungry too much, I cannot do the sadhana. So he said that we have to always be in the middle path. Same way the Krishna is here saying that doesn't matter whatever is happening, whatever the effect of the three gunas are, I be free from all these three gunas. Right? So we have to somehow learn to rise above all these things. If you're eating sattvic food, it's very good, but try to rise above. Now, again, Krishna in the sloka, he's talking about the people who have lower intellect. There are people with the higher intellect, and there are people with the lower intellect. So, what they do, the people with the lower intellect, what they do, they glorify all the rituals. Whatever rituals are written in the Vedas, Athar Vedas, the Athar Ved is totally ritualistic. Havan, puja, even the black magics, all those things are written there. So the people glorify whatever is the karma kanda, means the ritualistic puja. Those people doesn't understand the real meaning, or they don't have the capacity to understand the real meaning of the Vedas. Okay, so the people who always talk about heaven after that, and it is related to karma, like Krishna is here making fun of those people. Krishna is saying that the people who glorify karma kand too much, it shows their intellect is very low. But why do we do karma kand here? We do karma kand because it, to concentrate. Many people cannot sit down and close their eyes and meditate. For those people, it was that, okay, do the karma kand, do the preparation of puja, do the puja. So you will be focused, you will be concentrated. So what is that? Like the meditation is for the concentration, chanting is for the concentration. Same way, the ritualistic puja is for concentration, nothing else. But the people who glorify it too much, and talk about the heaven and hell all the time, like Krishna is making fun of those people. And he's saying there that these people create a delusion of hell and heaven. Right? They put in everyone's head that when you do good, the karmas will be wiped off, and you will go to the heaven. So these kind of people somehow try to misguide others. These kind of people will never, ever understand the Gita. Because understanding Gita is not easy. So the low intellect people, it's very hard for them to understand. So the subtle things which we have to understand here, that anybody can read any book. Right? Anybody can read any book. If you're not able to read, you can hear the words from somebody. Right? And then everybody says that I know many things. But what is the end result here? Because you can get knowledge, that's not hard to get knowledge in these times, but can that knowledge stay for long enough inside you? For any knowledge to stay long inside you, you need to have very different kind of intellect. So there are, then again, Krishna says there that only the one truth is there, and that truth is that we all are the fragment of God, right? We all have the God inside us. So what is God? God is eternal. So who are we? We are like God, so we are also eternal. So there is nothing something going and nothing something coming back. I think this line we will talk later because it's very hard to understand right now. Now in shloka, there is the Krishna used a very beautiful word in Sanskrit. It's called pushpitam. Pushp means flower. Okay, pushpitam, like becoming like a flower or being flower or something like a flower, we can say that. So now here what the Krishna is saying, that some people have their speech like flowery and attractive. When they talk, it feels like the fragrance is everywhere and you will be mesmerized by just listening them. But those people who talk very nicely and very attractive, who has the power of talking, it's not that those people are very satisfied from inside, because most of them, they just talk, they don't do any karma, they don't do right karma with the talks,
So there's
with
no action.
no action there, just they talk, talk, talk. So
Eloquent speaking,
yeah,
beautiful words,
yeah,
eloquent, like when
yeah,
our former president, yes, but there is no action. Got
no
it.
action with this. So with the flowery words, with the flower, the hunger cannot be gone. For the hunger, we need the action, the fruit of the action to get fulfilled. So Krishna is saying that people who talk very nicely and very attractively, and they are not doing any karma, they are not doing anything with that, any action with that, those people are just wasting their time and your time, both time. And the people, the others who go into the flowery words, like these kind of words, people start listening to them, they cannot concentrate on God, because they will be thinking always that I will only listen to the person who talks in very pleasure way, the person who talks very nicely, I will be just listening to that person. The people don't put their effort in towards the looking the action of the person, they just go on the words of the person, that how the person is talking. Now, Krishna is saying that five senses we have here, right? These five senses are there to give comfort to our body, to fulfill our desire. Okay? So, whatever food, smell, touching, eyes, like looking, all the pleasure of the five senses, he called it like a bhoga. Like we use the word like bhog. Like bhoga means that you are using all these things. In the nature, with the eyes, we are looking at the beauty. We are seeing at the beauty to feel good. Then we eat good food. We smell good things to satisfy ourselves. Right? In those things, none of the karma is happening. Right, because whatever you are doing to satisfy your five senses is just a bhog. You are using everything on yourself. It's not that you are doing anything for anybody else. These kind of people who are always in the terms to satisfy themselves with the help of five senses, the Krishna here called, these kind of people become asura. Okay, there is a word called asura. The word asura means demon. Now we'll break the word and see why the Krishna is saying like demon, because asu means that someone who is breathing, who come into life and breathes, who come into life and breathe.
Did
So
you
the
say
person,
devil or demon? I couldn't hear what you
yeah,
said.
demon.
Devil. I mean,
Yeah,
okay, demon. Okay, thank you.
yeah. Yeah, so he says that those person who, the people who are 24 by 7, trying to fulfill their desire, trying to fulfill their five senses, those people become like asura. Asu means here, it stands for the life and breath. So the people who just want to live and breathe and use five senses, those people will never become enlightened or never attain any kind of nirvana. Because your entire effort is to satisfy yourself. By satisfying yourself again and again, you will go into the rebirth. You will be taking birth many more times. Okay, so this is the description of Asura according to Krishna here. Then again, Krishna said here, there are some people who are very learned, like very knowledge they will have. They will have worldly knowledge of art, literature, science, nowadays computers, like everything. Talking to them, spending time with them, you will think that they are like way intellect, they are such a good people. But those kind of people, it doesn't matter how much they have learned, they are not God realized people. Having the knowledge of God and having the knowledge of the worldly thing are two different things. Right? The person can be a very learned man, but it's not that all the learned men are God realized people. So Krishna is breaking many of the concepts here. Then he's saying the worldly pleasure and objects are not the, they are, it's not that they doesn't let you realize the God. What we think that we are having like pleasures and desires, then we cannot go towards the God. So Krishna is saying, no, this is not true. It's not that you cannot go towards the God. Only what you have to do, you have to enjoy everything, but you don't have to get attached to anything. Eat good food if it's in front of you, but don't get attached to it. Right? If you are able to have so much money and luxurious life, be enjoy it, but don't get attached to it. The mind gets attached to everything very easily. The real karma yogi, they think that whatever they are doing, it's just they do everything without zero attachment. They are not attached to their karma at all. And this comes for the people who have a desire of service. If you have a desire of service, then that it means that you are attached to that. That attachment won't let you realize the God. So you have to do everything but not getting attached to anything in this world. If you have, it's good. If you don't have, it's good. So the karma yogis, right, who learn that they are not going to attach to anything. How many things the Krishna told us today not to get attached? So we'll see how many things are there from the sloka. For first, he told, don't get attached towards the heaven. Don't have that supreme goal. Then he told that don't get too much attached to the devoted towards the Vedas, right? Don't get too much attached towards the pleasure and prosperity. It will bring you into rebirth. Then Krishna told us that don't get too much attached to three gunas, right? Be free from the all the three gunas. Have a balanced life. Don't get attached to too much preservation or accumulating things. So these many things Krishna told us not to get to attach. Then he said not to get too attached to the people who talks very nicely but doesn't do any action. Then Krishna told us not to get too attached to the people who just read Vedas and do the ritualistic things, thinking that in the return they will get something very good. So many things Krishna told us not to get too attached.